Low energy, unfocused, foggy? You might be dehydrated. Whether it's hot yoga, over 100-degree weather, or too much sun. Gator Light, with a specialized blend of 5 electrolytes, was scientifically designed to help move fluids into the body faster for rapid rehydration. Shop now at retailers nationwide. Gator Light hydrates faster than water. Is it in you? Symptoms noted are signs of mild to moderate dehydration. Consult a healthcare professional if symptoms persist.
When you need to build up your team to handle the growing chaos at work, use Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It gives your job post the boost it needs to be seen and helps reach people with the right skills, certifications, and more. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs.
This message is brought to you by Apple Card. Shave ice by the beach. A trip to the state fair. And a throwback flick at the local drive-in. They're more than just items to check off the summer bucket list. They're also opportunities to earn 2% daily cash back when you use your Apple Card with Apple Pay. Apply for Apple Card now and use in-minutes with Apple Pay. Subject to credit approval. Apple Card is issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at applecard.com.
Coach Unplugged is brought to you by great people over at teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. Here is your host, Steve Collins.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Coach Unplugged, episode 593. Today, this is a 3-part series with Brock and I, just kind of talking about he wants to become a coach. He's a young coach that kind of reached out to me, and I sat down with him for about an hour and a half, and we talked about some things that he needed to do, and I thought that would interest all of you. So enjoy. But before we do that, we'd like to give a shout out to our 2 sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish. Like I said yesterday, the only company that has designed a shooting machine specifically to work outside in your driveway, on the road. So easy to use. If you want to become a better shooter, you got to shoot. So go over and check that out. Also, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It's the one-stop Netflix shop for basketball coaches. Come over, join us, join our community. Can't imagine a better time right now when we're all stuck at home to sit and talk basketball. So come join our community. You will not be disappointed. And subscribe. If you like these podcasts, the reviews and subscribe is something that doesn't cost you a lot, but it will help. All right, let's head off to the podcast.
I just spent an hour and a half in the grocery store shopping for my parents and my mother-in-law. So it was like, oh my God. It was like a war zone, to be honest with you.
Did they restock?
They did. And they have, so I jumped in, like 7 to 8 is for elderly. And then I jumped in at 8.
Okay.
And it wasn't too busy. So it was good. I mean, there's a few things missing, but.
Right.
They say they're well stocked for 3 weeks at least, 3 or 4 weeks. So
are you not even like going?
Well, my dad's 86, my mom's like 81 or something, and okay. I don't ask how old my mother-in-law is. So they shouldn't be out actually. So it's fine. I kept my winter gloves on and sanitized when I got home best I could. But
yeah.
All right, go ahead. Shoot away. You got questions?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just switching into the teaching field. And
okay.
It's going to take me like a year and a half to finish. It's going to be like a master's in special ed.
Well, if you're a special ed teacher, you'll get a job. I can tell you that.
That was part of the reason why I wanted to do it. I mean, I have a little experience with it.
Right.
Substitute teaching and stuff like that. But
okay.
But yeah, and I've talked to some of the guys I've coached with that's been special ed teachers, and they said that's the field to go into.
Right. If you want to get a job or get hired to be a coach, probably a good, because there'll usually be an opening. I know there were jobs I was looking at early, and I was a math teacher, and there weren't any open. I mean, they wanted math teachers, but there weren't any openings.
Wow.
So.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So I think that's a good move. Okay.
Yeah. And then, the other thing I was wondering is, like, for you personally, like, would you still coach if you weren't a teacher? Like, I mean, if you didn't teach I messed up the question. Would you still teach if you weren't able to coach, or would you do a different profession?
That's a loaded question. Would I be a teacher if I had to do it over again? Um, that's a great question. I don't really love where the profession's gone, to be honest with you,
Okay.
but I'm a math teacher, so I think the swing is going to come back. Um, I mean, I've never gone to work a day in my life, so that's a good thing because I mean, I'm actually missing my students and stuff right now.
Yeah.
So from that standpoint, I mean, I wish I was compensated the appropriate way a teacher should be. So that would be my only issue with teaching. Would I coach and not teach? It's done. I think it's harder. It's definitely harder.
Really?
I think so. I think I mean, it's much. First of all, I would never take a job that I wasn't in the building, probably teaching. In retrospect, and the reason being is those relationships you build with the kids. I even see it when people are in middle schools and they better have really good assistants in the high school. And again, it depends on the size of the community. If it's a small community, it might be a little bit easier. But the amount of brush fires I've put out in 25 years, the amount of little things I've had to deal with, even all the stuff with this coronavirus and kind of connecting with my guys before school shut down. Cause I knew I could just feel it coming. I think that's just super important. Coaching is so much. I mean, if you're Tony Bennett, then it's about getting guys.
Right.
He's a great X and O guy, but it's about getting guys. Those guys, it's about getting guys. When you're a high school coach, it's about having players and developing them, but it's also about the relationships. Because you don't want to lose them to soccer, you don't want to lose them to football.
Right. Oh yeah.
So all those things, and then some of my best players over the last 10 years have been football players, but they were football players that were playing basketball. They weren't basketball players that were playing football. So, which is fine, but I had built that relationship where it was still important enough to them and they were competitive enough. So that's why I think being in the building is
right.
crazy important. Like I've said on some of my podcasts, I have food in my room I got to go in on Friday because that's our day we can go in. And I got to I have food in there all the time because that's the way they come see me.
Right. Otherwise they won't want to see you as much.
No, but I don't leave my room a lot. I'm teaching and it's like, I'm not getting out, and I have some of them in class, but they will come to me if I have food, which is good. It's like, a way to a teenage boy's heart is through his stomach.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So I always have food. The healthy stuff doesn't go quite as fast as the bad stuff, but so that I'm building that relationship with them, and it slowly over time. And it takes them a little, the shy ones, it takes a while to, come in, say hi, we work on all that kind of stuff. So, I might take a job that I know that eventually I could, like maybe I was a FIAD teacher and I could get in the middle school, and then eventually I could get in the high school. I would probably do that, but I think it's super important.
Especially as a head coach, you're saying.
Especially as a head coach. Assistant coach, it doesn't, assistant coach, it doesn't matter as much. But as a head coach, yeah. Just because you're dealing, it's like being the CEO. You still got to go to work every day and see everybody.
Mm-hmm. The one thing that you said I think is really interesting in the high school that I'm at, as it relates to like football and basketball, because I think a football player can be molded into such a great basketball player just because of the tenacity and the aggressiveness and the toughness. But at the end of the day, basketball is like a skill sport.
Right.
So in our high school, like a lot of the good basketball players don't end up playing because they get sucked up by football, and then that commits most of their time.
It doesn't make any sense though.
You know,
I've got two guys in the NFL right now that played basketball for me. Jester and Doris both played basketball for me. They're NFL football players. And I think Jake Ferguson could be an NFL football player. So I could have three guys in the NFL that have played over the last 7-8 years. And
so how do you negotiate that, or how do you balance that when
well, you also got to convince them of their role. You're not going to be the star of this thing, but here's what you can do, and we'll win. We can win. They got to be both Doris Fountain and Jester Wea were both defenders. Like I convinced them that they wanted to defend and just shut the other person's best player down. So it became like a personal thing for them to just shut the opponents down. So it's almost like I said, it's like playing in the secondary, man. I mean, they were both receivers, but I said, it's like playing in the secondary. You're just shutting these guys down. And then, you can do it to the point where they're so athletic, if they're football players, that you don't even have to worry about help side B. The other 4 guys can play help side. I'm just saying, it's like, and Jake was just a muscle, I'm going to rebound. So they're not going to be finesse guys, but they can be physical defender guys. So you gotta kind of get that football mentality of like, hey, don't you want to play with your friends? Don't you?
Right.
You got to get the friend thing. You got to get the competitive thing, and you got to give them a specific role. If you do that, then you can convince them of it, I think.
My question is like on the offensive side, like in running like regular offense, and you're not probably the shooting skills and all that. Like,
nope, I got them attacking the rim. I do. Okay. I have them attacking the rim, and they go to the offensive glass like it's no tomorrow.
So that's their job. Attack the glass, attack the rim. If you miss a layup, we're not gonna be mad. But just
who cares about that? I don't care.
Yeah,
whatever, because they'll probably get their own rebound. And and if they're sagging, when you sag off somebody, it's harder to box them out. So let's say you're the guy I'm defending that can't score. Okay. Yep. So you're at the 3-point line and I got a foot in the paint. Great. As soon as someone else shoots the ball, you go try to box out an athletic guy from the 3-point line when you're in the paint.
Yeah.
Virtually impossible.
Right.
So it almost sucks them out toward them to make them defend them. If you go to the offensive glass, that's what I found out. It was kind of by experiment, but it's like, oh crap, they're not even guarding them. Well, these two obviously are wide receivers in the NFL right now. Hopefully Darius comes off of his injury, but you couldn't stop them. Like if they went to the glass, you couldn't stop them.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
And that's awesome. That's demoralizing when guys.
In a huge way. Yes. And get some hand sanitizers. We talked just thinking about my grocery shop.
In certain sports, I feel like it's just about like having the guys and the dogs, but like how much does your team's success as a basketball team depend on having good players? And then is there kind of the second part of the question, is there enough time to develop average basketball players from freshman year to a conference championship winning team by their senior year?
So my saying is there's 2 types of coaches with players and ex-coaches.
Okay. That's what I think. I think you got
okay. They just did an interview with my son and I, and they basically, part of the conversation on the interview was, I said, you take my top 12 guys, I can make a run at the Sweet 16. Like in their prime, I could make a run at it. Wesley's in the NBA. Wow. Oh yeah, it's crazy. When you list, I got every one of them, all 12 of them are high Division I majors. So anyway, so obviously I've had talent, so I can say that jokingly.
Right.
But an example of, I think you can be competitive, and I think you can make a run at a conference championship with, Drew's going to hate that I say this, but my son's that kind of kid. He's vertically challenged, right? He's 6 foot, and he's got 24-inch, 26-inch vertical. It's like, it's whatever, but he can shoot the 3 like no freaking tomorrow. So what you basically have to do if you're going to take average freshmen and make them so you can run and make a conference championship is you got to figure out what everybody's role is going to be. Hey everybody, how you doing? I want to give a big shout out to, first of all, please subscribe and like and leave a review. Those really do mean a lot to us. Also, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. We all want to get better. We're asking our kids to become better on their own right now. So why don't you become better too as a coach? But before we do that, I'd like to give a big shout out to Veo. It is the affordable sports camera for all of you. It records. It's easy to set up. It gets 180 degrees. You'll never miss anything on the court. And they'll give you $100 off. So go over and check them out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I know all of you have seen other things out there that sometimes miss or mounted in your gym and can't go with you. This is portable. Veo.co/unplugged. When we check out, you'll put in unplugged $100 off, and they'll give you $100 off. I'll put this down in the show notes.
let's head off to the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're going to be the point guard. You're going to be a 3-point shooter. You're going to be I mean, you got to find the niche or the niche, whatever way you say it, to get into to play. So when I have my postseason meetings with my guys, which I only got through half of them before this lockdown.
Jeez.
So I'm not sure. I'm going to do them in a park in June or something. Basically, I spell it out. I'll tell kids, I said, and I'll use Drew as an example. I said, the only reason he got on the court is he didn't turn the ball over. Like, his turnover, he's like 8 turnovers in the entire season, and he could shoot the 3. He figured out how to get on the court. That's what I tell kids. It's like, what can you bring to me so I have to play you?
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe you're the ball handler and I have no other ball handlers. Great. Then I'm going to have to play you. Or maybe you're Doris or Jester who can defend and I'm going to play you. So you can do that. It's just, you got to find the right kids that are willing to buy in. I'll take the average kid that I can make above average rather than the above average kid that can be exceptional, as long as they have the right attitude. Because that average kid is going to run through a wall for me, and when we have to pull the ball out, it's going to do what we need to do. The above average kid they might think they know more than me. So yes, you can do it. It just takes a lot more work, and hopefully they're a little bit above average by the time they're freshmen. And that's where the youth program comes in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, teach them how to shoot, teach them how to dribble, teach them how to shoot.
2 main things.
I mean, I can teach them the rest of the stuff. I can teach them the defense. I can teach them the offense. I can teach them how to rebound. I can.
So for a feeder program, you think knowing how to shoot and dribble is way more important than knowing offense or defense?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it's important, and I was talking to a coach the other day. I don't remember where he's from, but I think it's important to spell out, like, here's the basic fundamentals we want in 3rd grade. Here's what we want in 4th grade. Here's what we want in 5th grade. But again, usually that's dad's coaching, blah, 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 blah. You know, that 10,000 shot club, that, you know, repetition. Like, I'm like scrambling right now with my coaches, because I'm trying to figure out if I might not see my guys for 2 months. So we're trying to figure out, how can we do workouts? How can they be accountable? You know, how can they get off their Xbox? You know, that kind of thing. So we're thinking of maybe having them videotape their workouts.
Yep.
A couple days a week, send them in, those kind of things. So, yeah, we're just trying to figure out how to navigate here's what you need to do and here's how you can be accountable for it, kind of thing. But
the thing that I see a lot, especially in like big sports like football and basketball, is with the AAU and the 7-on-7, the specialized training. One thing that it's like really bothering me is like some of these sports that, especially basketball, which should never be this way, it's become pay to play a little bit. And like, we go to school and you won't see one non-white kid at all on any of the basketball teams. And granted, like, we're a mostly white school, but there's kids in the building that would play, but they can't afford like even the high school camps. And what's the rules on contact in your state? I don't know. What do you mean by that?
Can you have contact off season? Can you work them out? I mean,
I don't think you can specific. I don't. That's what I want to learn.
You got to learn those rules, because like, I can't if we're in school right now, I can't do anything with my guys. Then once the summer comes, then there's like, I have 5 contact days. I can run stuff outside of school. There's other contact things that I can do that I can't do right now. So. Yeah, that's what you have to
handle that, like, for the kids that like, because I hate that, like, only the kids that have money to
right.
go.
Well, the other kids just need some direction. They probably all got a phone.
Right. Yeah. 100%.
You know, and you know, I can send you some workout stuff. We're working on ours right now, but so I mean, they all have access to YouTube, and they need a ball. You know,
right? Exactly.
All they need is a ball. There's a basket somewhere they can find outside, especially if the weather's. Where are you located?
Northwest suburbs. So Arlington Heights, Mount Prospect, just
Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago. Yep.
My sister-in-law used to live in Libertyville.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
That's cool.
In Naperville, and I had a friend when growing up that lived in Oak Park.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
they're the first city to shut everything down.
Who was?
Oak Park.
Yeah. So and then what you have to do is you have to find a family that's willing to adopt one of those high risk kids and take them along on everything. I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
It's like the Sandra Bullock movie. What movie was that?
Inside.
Yeah, it's got to be like that. Like, I'm not literally saying move in with them, but like, you know, this will make Johnny better. What you do is convince that parent that this kid will make this kid, it will make their son better too. It will.
Right.
So that's what you got to kind of build that, you know, bridge those gaps. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot more stuff than when I was growing up for them as far as access goes. But you're right. You got to go, quote unquote, recruit those kids in your school and say, hey, you got to come out.
Right.
Yeah. Because they're already walking in the hallways.
Yeah.
You're not recruiting them. You're just recruiting them to play basketball now. You got to get them young.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I noticed too. Is like by sophomore or even junior year, they're like cashed out because they think like, well, there's no chance.
Right. There's no chance. I'll go play football. I'll run track. I'll do. You know. Yeah, I agree.
So I don't know how much time we have. I should have said in the beginning.
That's all right. Keep going. I gotta run the groceries at some point, but we're good.
Okay. Yeah. This is my birthday, and like this is like I was so excited that you like.
I'm sorry. Happy birthday.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
talk to me on my birthday, dude. That's like a punishment.
No, like coaching is just like where I feel alive. But like I would love to be a head coach, and the reason I'd want to be a head coach of basketball, like football and baseball were my sports. But the reason I want to do basketball is because I think basketball is like a more manageable group. Football, I think, is going to be going away on the high school level.
Okay, so here's a couple things. First of all, I agree. I love having 12 to 15 guys.
Yeah.
Because I can actually build a relationship with them. That's the first thing. And I'm not like, there's the secondary coach. There's that. I don't love that.
Yeah.
I predict that my kids will be the last ones to play football. The way we know it now. Because the girls that are in my class right now that are seniors aren't letting their kids play for the most part.
Wow.
Because they know the concussion stuff. It's coming out. I mean.
Oh, yeah.
It's they're going to have to change the rules substantially to keep the game. Now, will they? Probably, because it's a $1 billion industry, the NFL. But they're going to have to do something because it can't be the same game that it is. So that's why I think that's a plus for basketball. So do you have a plan? Do you have a plan about how to become a head coach? Now, some of it's gotten twisted because of this summer's basically toast, I think.
Well, that's the thing. I kind of want to like lay out to you like the reasons I'd want to be a head coach. Listen, my strengths and my weaknesses. I want you to like let me know if like that's enough to be a head coach or if it makes sense. So the reasons I would want to be a head coach is I'd love to set a culture of the program.
Yep.
Love to positively impact and mentor coaches and then build positive relationships with the students and really hopefully help them, you know, with whatever they want to do post high school. And then the last one is my hope as a head coach is to get the best athletes to play and do my best to create equal opportunities for the best players to play and not let politics get in there.
Perfect. I mean, that's the perfect reason to go into it.
Okay. But then like my strengths and my weaknesses, I feel like is what hurts me. My strengths are like super positive. I hate like negative coaches.
Okay.
Competitive, love to win, building individual relationships are my positives. But then my weaknesses is like I'm not next to those guys. Like I'm not a creative play designer. Right. I'm not super organized and efficient at this point. But like I just know I won't be the smartest guy in the room.
That's okay. You don't have to be the smartest guy in the room. Trust me. My brother tells me every time I walk into a room with him, I'm not the smartest guy. Don't feel bad about it. I mean, I went to Dartmouth, and he went to Dartmouth and then Harvard. So it's like I'm the dumb one in the family.
Yeah, of course.
Swear to God. Anyway, so X and O stuff. There's a couple things. First of all, the only way you're going to get good at X's and O's is do it.
Yeah.
Read, watch, ask, and then coach as much as you can. I mean, swear to God, I've coached 600 high school basketball games. I still feel like I don't know what I'm doing. So you have to. You just got to. It's like getting thrown into the deep end. That you learn to swim, you just got to go do it and try it. And this will work, and this won't work, and blah blah blah. You just don't want to do that with your first job being an important one. You want to do it with
right.
It's like the Beatles. The Beatles played 50,000 hours before they became the Beatles in like dive bars in England. So you want to go out and do all your stuff on a Saturday in AAU, where when you mess up, it doesn't matter. So the X and O stuff is just about practice. Read, watch, ask, do. Those are basically the things I say for young coaches. The organized part is an issue.
Yeah.
But as you move up the pecking order, it becomes easier.
Okay.
Because then you just hire people to do that for you.
Right.
Like you've probably heard on my podcast, I have 3 assistant coaches. One's my basically graduate, my basketball operation guy. He does all the crap that I don't want to do. He's so good. I was texting him yesterday about what we're going to do in the summer, I mean, if Nate quits, I'm done probably. Anyway, so because he does all that stuff, it's perfect.
Yeah.
And then I've got an X and O guy that I can always like, we should do this, we should try this. He says, you're doing too much, Steve. He's always and then you should have a question guy, a guy that always like, why are you doing that? Why aren't you doing that? You sure you want to do that? Think about that, blah, blah, blah. So I've got all 3 of those on my staff at this point. That takes time to find those pieces.
Right.
You don't need 3 X and O guys and no building community guys.
Right.
So take some time to find. Hey, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that podcast. If you did, please go over and leave that 5-star review on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Acast, wherever you listen to these podcasts. Also, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It is my baby. Learn all my secrets of how I was able to win 80% of my high school games, 3 state titles, multiple conference championships. Let me help you through this great journey we call coaching. All right, have a great day.
NFL football season is here, which means when you switch to Verizon, it feels like touchdown, because you get NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube on us when you buy an eligible 5G phone on select unlimited plans, which means you can watch every out-of-market game every Sunday afternoon, and it's all on us. Now that's the Verizon way to kick off the NFL football season right. Switch and get NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube on us, only with Verizon.
Hello.
Look what TJ Maxx dragged in.
The Devil Wears Prada 2 is now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu.
We are digital, we are downloadable, we are streamable.
The fashion event of the year is certified fresh.
Pull yourself together, we have work to do.
Critics say it's smart and witty and the perfect sequel.
That's all.
Get runway ready for The Devil Wears Prada 2 on Disney Plus and Hulu. Rated PG-13.